Anybody know what the prefix poly means? No, not like poly want a cracker. No. Zion, do you know what poly means?
I mean, I've heard polygon,
It's the same idea as a polygon.
but like I've also heard like polyglot.
Poly means multiple, because like polygon includes triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagons, hexagons. It just means multiple of something.
Like a polyglot.
Yeah. So like in your bell work, I asked you about 3 different prefixes: mono, 1, bi, 2, tri, 3. And then poly is all of it, right? Many. So we're going to talk about polynomials, and specifically monomials, trinomials, binomials. Some of the stuff we look at is going to be review. So terms we've already talked about. Again, we're on page number 19. I just want to make that clear. 19. I'm skipping because I feel like it. So terms are things that are separated by addition and subtraction. So if we're looking at this expression, 3x squared plus 2y minus 4z plus 5, there are 4 terms. 19. Yeah. And if we were going to list them, we would list 3x squared, 2y, negative 4z, and 5. Those are the 4 terms. This is called a polynomial. Many terms is what it's referring to, multiple terms. We have specific types of polynomials. They're still called polynomials. We can just give it another name. One of them is called a monomial. So how many terms do you think a monomial? 1 term. Just like monarchy. You've learned about those in civics, hopefully so far. Bicycle has 2 tires. So 2 terms would be a binomial. Triceratops. Does anybody know what a triceratops is? Yes. A dinosaur, RIP. Has 3 horns. So that would be have trinomials have 3 terms. Mind blown, right?
You know, one of their horns.
Dinosaurs are extinct. Welcome. If they were not extinct, then humans would probably be extinct. They think that they're like descendants of, probably, just like a lot of birds have the same types of, like from fossils, they found the same types of like, what's the word I'm looking for? No, same type of like characteristics. That's a good word. Characteristics, yeah, of what they think dinosaurs had. Okay, so remember, monomial is 1, binomial is 2, trinomial is 3. Polynomial is not 4 or more. Polynomial is all of them. So polynomials can be 1, oh, not T, I don't know what I'm doing, 1 or more.
So like real.
So yeah, so you know how like a natural number is also a real number? A monomial is also a polynomial. A monomial is just like a more specific name we could give it. So a monomial is something like 2x to the 5th power. That would be a monomial. It's just 1 term. A binomial would be like 3x squared plus 7. 2 terms. A trinomial would be like 4x plus 7y plus 10. 3 terms. And then a polynomial is anything that we're talking about. So I'm just going to give an example of 4y plus 6x plus 7 plus 3x squared. And no, there's not a quadnomial or a, I don't know what 5 would be. pentanomial or hexanomial. All the specific ones are mono, bi, and tri, and then everything else is just called a polynomial, okay? There's some other things that we're going to talk about with polynomials. One of them is a degree, not like degrees as in temperature. Does anybody know what degree is a synonym for in math? Not like a degree like graduating, no. Yeah, Renee, what do you think?
It's like it's like an angle degree.
Okay, angle degree, yes, but not what we're talking about here, but there are angle degrees. Degree and exponent are the same thing. So if I say something has a degree of 7, that means its exponent is a 7. Or if I say degree of 6, that means its exponent is 6. So if we have a monomial, we need to take the sum of their exponents. So let me give you an example. If we had 2x squared y to the 4th, the degree would be those two exponents added together, which would be what? A 6. So I would describe that as a monomial degree 6. Okay. If we have more than one term, we are going to take the highest exponent to describe its degree. So for example, if I had 6x squared plus 10 plus 4x to the 3rd, what is the highest exponent? 3. So I would call that a degree 3. Yes. Now I want you to see the difference here. I did not add those exponents together because they are not in the same term. Here, these exponents are together in the same term. Here, those are exponents in different terms. So I do not add them together. Okay. The last thing I'm going to have you do with polynomials is writing them in standard form. So standard form is when we are writing them in descending. I can never spell this right. D-E-S-C-E-N-D-I-N-G, I think. Okay. We are going to write it in descending degree order. So let me give you an example, and I would encourage you to write this. If we had, so we'll do the one that I wrote up here. 6x squared plus 10 plus 4x to the 3rd. If I was asking you to write it in standard form, what is the highest exponent?
3.
So we would write that term first, 4x to the 3rd. What's the next highest exponent? 2. So we would write that term next, plus 6x squared. And then obviously constants would go last, so plus 10. That is considered standard form. So start with the biggest exponent and write them in order until you get to the smallest exponent. The leading term is when we write it in standard form, the term in the front, and it is the term with the highest exponent. So for this problem, the leading term would be 4x to the 3rd. And then the last thing is the leading coefficient is the coefficient of that leading term. So in this case, it would be 4. So the leading coefficient is the coefficient of the highest exponent. So in this case, it would be 4. Good. I like it. I think it's interesting stuff.
Wait,
Yes.
write the monomial. Wouldn't it just be 1? Why are we doing it with the trinomial? It says write the monomial terms.
So when it's saying monomial terms, it means like the terms in order, like monomial meaning each of those one terms in order. It could be for any type of polynomial. Okay, so let's decide. Is letter A a polynomial? Yes. What type of polynomial?
Oh,
Yes. Monomial. What is its degree? Go for it. 5. How did you get 5? Yes, since I have 2 variables, I need to add their exponents to give me a 5. Letter B. Is it a polynomial?
Yes. No.
It is not. What makes it not a polynomial? It does have to do with the fact that it's a fraction. Specifically, it has a variable in the denominator. So I want you to be careful. Just because it has a fraction does not mean that it's not a polynomial. I care that it specifically has a variable in the denominator of the fraction. That key thing is the only thing that's going to make something not a polynomial. Letter C. Is that a polynomial? Yes. Specifically, it is a trinomial. What is its highest exponent? 7, yeah, degree 7. Letter D. It is. It's also a trinomial. And its highest exponent is, ooh, look carefully.
It's 9. No, 8.
It's 8 because here I have 2 variables. If I add those together, 6 and 2 would give me an 8. Good. Letter E.
No.
Oh no, are you just saying that because I'm waiting? Yeah, I knew you were. It is not a polynomial. Why? I don't see a fraction, so. Yeah, because what does a negative exponent do? What do I have to do to change this negative exponent? Put it in the denominator. Now there is a fraction in, or not a fraction, there is a variable in the denominator of the fraction. So it is not, because A, it has a negative exponent, and that negative exponent tells me that there's going to be a variable in the denominator. Okay, 2 more things I promise, and then we'll be done. So quickly, A, polynomial, not. Yes, polynomial. B,
Yes.
yes. Quickly about this one, it's a monomial. Does anybody know its degree?
34.
No. 0. You're killing it. 0. How did you know that?
Because there's no exponent.
Because there's no exponent. Ding, ding, ding. Well, specifically, there's no variable, but there's no variable with no exponent. C, polynomial or not?
No.
No. D, yes. E, no.
You just know, I just have to look.
Okay, number 3, we have 3 terms. We want to write them in standard form first, meaning we want to write it from biggest exponent descending. So the biggest exponent is 7, 9x to the 7th plus 3x to the 4th minus 5x to the 3rd. Its degree is its highest exponent, so that would be 7. It is a trinomial, so there are 3 terms. The leading term, 9x to the 7th. So the entire first term is considered our leading term when we write it in standard. And what is the coefficient of that term?
It's 9.
Just 9. Good. Okay, so I would like you, let me give you some advice. I would read these statements on the right-hand side of the beat the test to match them with the statements on the left.